If you're watching this video, then most likely you're struggling to find the job that you deserve, the job that you really are will be excited about. And I want to show you how to do that. Most people have a very ineffective strategy. I have owned a recruiting firm for many years, for 18 years, and have helped hundreds of people, thousands of people find the job they deserve. And there's a strategy to use that's not common. Most people who look for a job they really don't know how. They use the same ineffective strategy, and most of the time it's posting their job, posting their resume to job postings online, and it's just a very ineffective way. So anyway, this is one part of the seven-step process that'll help you find the job you deserve. The first two things you've got to do is you have to have a good resume, you have to have a good LinkedIn profile, you have to be able to get noticed. But I suppose the next step is to find the companies that you would be interested in and that those companies would be interested in you. So that's the key. I see a lot of people who'll call us and they'll say, hey, I'm interested in this company, and they have really no way to add value to that company, and so they're not going to get hired. And so you really have to figure out exactly where do you add value to other companies. And I know it's a two-way street. You want to go to work somewhere where you're fulfilled, where you'll have the career that you deserve. At the same time, the way companies are nowadays, they're not going to hire somebody that can't bring them immediate value. It's just the way it is. They don't want to hire somebody and train them and teach them their industry. They want somebody to walk in the door and be able to contribute. So how do you do that? How do you add value to your future employer or companies that you're going to target? Because really what you want to do at this stage, you want to be able to build a list of companies that would be interested in you, and then I'll show you from there how to pursue those companies. But first of all, the first step is to build a list of companies. All right, so how do you add value? Number one is the relationships that you currently have. If you're in sales, then it's really all about relationships. So if you call on hospital laboratories and you're selling equipment, then companies who sell equipment to hospital laboratories will be interested in you. If you are a cardiovascular sales rep and you're calling on cardiovascular surgeons, and you have for a long time, then obviously companies that call on cardiovascular doctors will be interested in you. I know it sounds simple, but a lot of people miss that point. If you're a VP of sales of a dental implant company and it's a small company, then companies that would be interested in you would be other small dental companies. It'd probably be better to go to a small company rather than a large company, because you're an expert at small companies and how to create the pay plans and how to, you do so much more. I mean, as far as when you're a small company, big companies are totally different. So what you really want to do is it's got to be a good match. You've got to visualize two pieces of a puzzle. They've got to fit together real nicely for you to be able to get the interest of the other company, and also for you to be fulfilled, because when you walk in the door you can contribute. I've seen a lot of people who call me and say, hey, listen, I'd like to change industries, I'd like to get into something different. And I tell them, hey, if you do that, you're moving backwards, because all the equity that you have in those years at those companies is wasted. Because you go to another company that you don't even know the industry, then you're starting off as entry level. So the best thing to do is to use your background, just apply it to a different company. So there's different ways to do that. I mean, you really have to visualize a target. And you've got a bullseye, and the bullseye would be right in the same industry doing the same type of job. That's the bullseye. But then there's a couple of rings out that you can go in. Let's say you sell capital equipment to a hospital laboratory, and you want to sell something different. So you probably can sell capital to other departments in the hospital, because you're used to calling on hospitals, you're used to working with administration to get your capital approved. You know the whole capital sale and how complex it is. You understand that there's multiple decision makers. So you could probably do that. That would be another ring out on the bullseye. It wouldn't be the bullseye, but it would be one ring out. So the first thing to do is really to build a list of companies where you know you can add value to those companies, you can walk in the door and contribute right away. If you need more help with this, let us know. We'll be glad to try to help you build a list of companies that you should pursue, because you really you've got to get their attention with your background, and it's got to be obvious that you can walk in the door and you can help them be successful. There's only two reasons that companies hire people. One is either you can make them money or you can save them money. So keep that in mind as you build this list of companies. So your objective is to find about 10 companies where you know that you could add value to. And then once you have those 10 companies, then I'll show you actually how to go and pursue the hiring managers in those companies, not HR. Don't want you posting your resume, don't want you submitting your resume to human resources. No offense, but those people are busy. They really, they have their hands full. And so you've really got to get to the decision maker. You've really got to get to the hiring manager for that department that you want to go to work for. So the first step, though, is build a list of companies. Once you have that done, then I'll have another video to show you how to go and find the hiring managers, how to contact them, and how to secure a face-to-face interview. So I hope this helps. This is a good first step, and look forward to talking further.